If you're thinking of moving to the Edmonton area, you're gonna love this video because I'm gonna take you through a Google map tour that is gonna give you the full lay of the land. We're gonna go through notable areas and fun things to do with your family, top areas for real estate, as well as some of the infrastructure. By the time I'm done with you, you're gonna have a really good lay of the land. Helping you buy and sell in the Edmonton and surrounding areas. My name is Adrienne Carlton with eXp Realty, and you are watching YEG Cribs.
What everyone else is doing, you're doing it wrong.
All right, guys, we're going to start with the bird's eye view of Edmonton. So we're going to start with the highways that are heading out of Edmonton. Starting in the north, you've got Highway 28, and then wrapping around to the east, you've got Highway 16 that heads east. So you can see on the east side of Edmonton, we've got Fort Saskatchewan right here. Let me just highlight this for you. So Fort Saskatchewan is a suburb to Edmonton. It's actually a pretty cute city. So now we're gonna just take it down the clock to 6 o'clock, which is our Highway 2. So this heads south, and Highway 2 passes through Nisku, which is a massive industrial area. There's a lot of jobs in Nisku, and it goes through Leduc, and it passes the airport. If you're going to drive from the south side of Edmonton to the airport, it's going to take you approximately 15 minutes. So the airport is quite close to the south side. So I'll just take note right now for you guys that Leduc is right here. So that's kind of a big circle, but you get the drift. Leduc's right here, another major suburb to Edmonton. We've got a smaller little suburb right here called Beaumont. It's a cute little smaller town, but close to the city, so it's a nice option for real estate. Devon is right here. Devon is right by the river, so it's also a cool spot. There's like a massive hill that you go down and you can go into the river, and people go, they just go rafting in there. They spend time on the little beach. It's a really cool spot. Okay, so now we're gonna go over here to Highway 16 that heads out west. And as you head west, you pass through Atchison, which is another industrial area. It has a lot of jobs. And Spruce Grove, which is a popular suburb. And Stony Plain, also another popular suburb. Spruce Grove, I've grown up and I lived in Spruce Grove for many years. Same with Stony Plain. Now I live out here at Spring Lake. Super cute little lake community. So if you want advice on lake properties, lake communities as well, I can definitely fill you in on all of that and acreages. Okay, so if you're heading west, you're gonna go to Jasper. And Jasper is amazing. If you love mountains, if you love outdoor natural recreation, it is such a beautiful place. And it's only 3.5 to 4 hours from Edmonton. So wrapping up around to the top of the clock, we're gonna pass St. Albert. So St. Albert is also such a beautiful suburb. I'm gonna do another video just on the suburbs, but I'll give you a little sneak peek right now that St. Albert is at the top of my list for one of the best suburbs to buy in, and so is Spruce Grove. Stony Plain is close on that list, but number one, St. Albert. And I forgot about poor little Sherwood Park. Let's just highlight him as well, because that is an extremely popular suburb. The real estate goes quick in there, multiple offers quite often. It always feels like there's a shortage of inventory. People, for some reason, love St. Albert or love Sherwood Park. I think because it is so close to the city, it has a lot of amenities. So does St. Albert, and it is also basically attached to Edmonton as well. But yeah, people love Sherwood Park. I have some cons about Sherwood Park that make me not want to recommend it. So I'll deep dive into that in another video, or message me and I'll tell you more details. So there you go. There's a basic outline of the surrounding areas of Edmonton and the highways. Okay, let's narrow in a little bit more on the map. So one thing I'll start with is that the heart of our city is the River Valley, which conveniently runs right through the middle of Edmonton, basically like a little heart. It's the heart right there. So what that means is any real estate that happens to be around this River Valley area is always more desirable than other real estate, obviously. You'll get, great views, you'll get access to the River Valley where you're gonna find tons of walking trails, tons of just natural recreation, which when you're living in the city, natural recreation is everything. So keep that in mind. And then also along the River Valley, you're gonna find tons of city parks and just cool amenities, which I'll deep dive a little more as we narrow in a little further. So take note of that. Another thing to take note of are the the roads and the streets in Edmonton. We've got a main roadway called Anthony Henday, which is right here. It's a ring road that goes all the way around Edmonton. And I just get so much feedback, like whenever I'm working with an out-of-town buyer, they rave about this. They're like, oh my gosh, your ring road, it's so convenient. It takes you around the whole city. So this has just been a really cool piece of infrastructure that they've put in. Previous to that, the main ways to get through the city that were the quickest was Yellowhead right here, which is actually Highway 16. And there's just a lot of lights, like a freaking ton of lights on there. So you're always getting stopped. It's like quicker to go way more distance, like from here to here, than to just go this little bit of distance because there's no lights here. So now that's not used as much. Thank God, because it also gets very congested. Then the other one is White Mud Drive. So White Mud is also Highway 2. And so if you were wanting to take Highway 2 to go out of Edmonton, you would go down this way and that takes you to Calgary, to the airport, yada yada. If you don't want to turn down that way, you will go this way and you can head out of town just by following that road. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit more. We're going to talk about the core because there's a lot of action around there and there's a lot of great real estate neighborhoods and options out that way. So as you come in from the west, I always like to start in the west because I live out that way. So it's almost like my true north. So you come in from the west and you're gonna drive past West Edmonton Mall is like west center. And then as you move towards central Edmonton, the neighborhoods get super nice along the River Valley. So right here, you've got kind of your start of the River Valley on the west end. You've got Laurier Heights, Parkview, and Crestwood. These are some of the sexiest areas to live. Incredible massive homes in here, River Valley views, multi-million-dollar homes. This is very bougie. And then as you come down this way towards the river and Laurier Heights, you've got the Edmonton Valley Zoo, and in here you've got tons of trails, walking, biking. The zoo is a great thing to take your family to. It's beautiful there. And so as we wrap up north around the river, you're gonna hit Stony Plain Road, which heads out to Stony Plain if you go west, or it goes straight downtown and turns into Jasper Ave eventually. So you're gonna go past Glenora, which to me is like the Shire, except for with like big estate homes, not tiny little Shire homes, but beautiful like greenery and vines growing on houses and lots of brick and stone and just all these old homes that are just so beautiful and multi-million-dollar homes in here, and then some that have been cleared out and lots have been cleared out and infills are in there now. And so you've got really like beautiful modern infills. So this is a great place to live. It's one of the top neighborhoods in Edmonton, and that is because you're very close to downtown. You're only about 5 minutes away, but you're not right downtown. So it's a great neighborhood. As you get closer to downtown, you're gonna pass Westmount. Westmount's like the baby Glenora. It's the people that would love to live in Glenora but can't quite afford it, so you start out in Westmount. You've got old character homes, a lot of them are fixed up, and they're really like, I don't want to say quirky, but they've just got character. Yellow homes, blue homes, cute little old-fashioned homes, and they're just so fun. So you've got a really hip crowd in there, and 124th Street is your walking distance to Westmount, and that is a main strip that has incredible restaurants, shopping. It's totally a vibe down there, and it's really just been transformed over the last 5 years to 10 years. It's super cool there. So Continuing down towards downtown, you're gonna hit Jasper Ave here, and that takes you through downtown. Jasper Ave used to feel so dead. Now it's livened up so much. It's so much cooler looking, cooler to be in. Every time I go there, I'm like city inspired. You know, sometimes you go to out in nature and you're like, oh, I'm so inspired about nature. I go to downtown and I'm so inspired about city. It's just so fun. You've got so many cool things to do downtown. As you go downtown, you pass Oliver. That's a main neighborhood downtown, and it's got a really cool shopping area called the Brewery District right in here on 104th Ave. The Brewery District is where we used to have a brewery. Then they tore it down, cleared it away, and now they have an awesome shopping center in there, tons of condos around there. It's a really hip vibe in there. And if you continue down 104th Ave, you're gonna pass Grant MacEwan, which is a post-secondary education building, and then you have Rogers Place, which is our awesome new ice rink where the Oilers play. You have all the concerts and stuff. So near Rogers Place, we have Sky Residences, which is one of the tallest towers in North America. And below that, there's like a cool bougie, like high-end food court. You've got an outdoor area where they turn it into a skating rink in the winter. And it's just a really cool little area. All down here, like from Rogers Place and the Ice District, you can kind of walk right down the road down 104th Street, and this all right in here is a vibe. You've got, again, really cool restaurants, wicked condo buildings to buy in. If people are buying downtown, they'd usually want to be right around here. And then again, it connects to Jasper Ave, and you've got lots of stuff down here still. You've got the Edmonton City Center Mall, which is a really cool mall, and then you've got the museum, art gallery, and Churchill Square, where there's tons of events. You've got street performers, and Taste of Edmonton is usually in and around this area as well each year. So as you travel east a little bit further, you hit 97th Street, and you go down 97th Street and you've got Chinatown. So little tip from me, if you want good Chinese food, Asian food, this place is actually Vietnamese. I think it's called Golden Bird. Go check it out. It's been around for forever. Order their ginger chicken. It is the bomb. And then right past that, you got the ghetto. I mean, this is like not a good place to live. Tent City is right around here. So Boyle Street, Macaulay, like rough area, definitely a rough area. I mean, I could keep on going out further and further and tell you everything that's around here. We've got a hospital, we've got another mall, but let's just kind of stay around the river. So we just kind of did the core of Edmonton. Now we're traveling up this way. We hit the ghetto, literally, tent city vibes. And then you go past that, you've got the football stadium. It's called Commonwealth Stadium. And then we've got a little university here, Concordia. And then we get to another really cute area. So Highlands, very renowned area in Edmonton, one of the top neighborhoods to live in because of the real estate there, and you're by the river valley. And then, you know, you keep going a little further east and kind of meh neighborhoods at that point. They're older, they're not as special, I guess you could say. So coming down the south side of the river, we're gonna just take it from Gold Bar. So much further east than Gold Bar, you're gonna have the industrial area. There's just not a lot real estate wise out that way. So Gold Bar is a great little neighborhood. Ottawell, Hollyrod, this whole area here, Forest Heights, this is all good here. And the closer you get back this way, obviously the quicker it is to get downtown. So Hollyrod, if you live here, it's like 5 minutes to downtown. So it's a great area to live if you need to be close to downtown. If you take down, if you go down this road right here, you will hit the Moutart Conservatory, which is a beautiful, it's a botanical garden area with a bunch of different plant life in each pyramid. There's really cool real estate down here because you're basically coming down into the river valley now. You've got quick access to everything along the river valley plus downtown. So this little neighborhood is called Cloverdale. It is so cute. And then in here you've got another ski hill in here. So there's just lots to do right in here. And then if you come up this way, so moving back west, around the river valley, right here, along here, you're gonna have just some great real estate, great neighborhoods to live in, very desirable area. because you've got two main vibes downtown. You've got Jasper Ave and you've got 82nd Ave. 82nd Ave, aka Whyte Ave, is a whole vibe in itself. It's definitely like the art scene. There's a lot of artistic things that happen down there throughout the year. You've got your underground comedy clubs. In the summer you have Fringe Festival. Lots of outdoor stuff going on, art walk, very cool strip to go shopping, and lots of awesome restaurants, coffee shops. So people that are younger generally want to live down here. If you're getting to that point where you're married, you have maybe your first or second kid, generally they want to be a little further away from Strathcona and more towards Mill Creek Ravine and a neighborhood called Ritchie. This is a very hot spot to live if you're, young professional starting to build a family. So all around here you've got lots of really nice real estate. It's super desirable. And one of my favorite little gems that's backing right onto Ritchie, and there's other cool neighborhoods that surround it, is Mill Creek Ravine. So this area, I will drive from in the country where I live, a 45-minute drive to almost an hour to get to Mill Creek Ravine to go biking with my family. We love to get our bikes in the truck, go for a ride down through the trails, through the city, through the river valley. We've gone all the way down here and down to here and then back, and we stop for ice cream, and it's so nice. So to live near there is very desirable. So anything that's closer to this area, your real estate prices are gonna be a little bit higher and people wanna live there. So back to coming back west along the bottom of the river here, the south side of the river, we've got Strathcona, Garneau, and University. All of these are higher priced areas. A lot of older homes that investors want to buy because they've got suites in them. People want to live in this area, so it's easy to rent it out. University students need to be down here, so again, easy to rent out properties. And yeah, real estate's always popping in these areas. Down this way along the river, there's the Valley Zoo that we talked about before. Now we're on the other side of that. All of this is very desirable as well. You've got access to walking trails in the ravine, so Belgravia, McKernan, Grandview Heights, all of this is really nice in here. So that's a little overview of the core. And anything along here is going to be great for real estate wise. And if you want to be close to activity, the reason why you want to live in Edmonton versus a suburb is you're just like that much closer to the action. There's always something to do every weekend. There's always cute cafes and restaurants. If you live in a suburb, you just don't have that accessibility to the cool amenities that Edmonton has and the cool events. So if you're gonna live out this far, like on the outside of Anthony Henday, in neighborhoods like Secord, Rosenthal, I'd say you almost might as well just live in Spruce Grove. Your real estate's gonna be a little bit cheaper, and it's only a 10-minute difference. So live in a smaller community, because that's what these feel like. They feel like smaller communities. They feel like suburbs. Everything along here. Like, just live in Spruce Grove, save yourself some money, or live in an actual cool area in Edmonton that's close to stuff. That's my advice. So there you go. Overview of Edmonton neighborhoods. All right, guys, I hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions about moving to Edmonton, I specialize in helping people relocate to our area. I work within an hour of Edmonton, so I know all the suburbs, and I would love to help you out, so feel free to reach out anytime. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time, and don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button, and share this with a friend if you know someone moving out this way. Thanks, guys.